Hi, my name is Zachary Smith. Today I'm going to be talking about my Gibson BR-9 from the 50s. I'm going to be taking off this plate here and checking the pot codes to see if I can get a better date on when this guitar was made. If that sounds like something you'd be into, please stick around. So I've just picked up this almost mint lap steel here, BR-9 Gibson. It's a really cool guitar. It has the original case here in pretty good shape. Also has the schematics from the Gibson model amplifier, which would have came with it. Looks like a 6v6 style amp. Unfortunately, it didn't come with the amp, but nevertheless, cool to have the schematic for that. Also came with the hang tags, instructions, Gibson string, Gibson polish. Kind of a, fun little thing to have. Little how to polish your guitar. If it's easy to read that, I don't know. Little how to polish your guitar there. Anyways, cool little find. In pretty good condition overall. Little ding here. Couple dings on the side, but overall in really great shape. This has the kind of shinier finish that you would see, I guess, in the earlier years. In the bit of reading I've done about these guitars, the early BR-9s had kind of a shiny finish, and but this guitar has adjustable pull piece. I believe it's a P90 pickup in here. I'll show on this camera. You can see the adjustable screws on that pickup there. Each one has kind of a flathead screw top to it. Anyways, so these guitars didn't come with serial numbers. There's nothing on the back of the headstock there. Just trying to find what year this particular one was made. So in order to do that, I'm going to try and get some pot codes from these, which I think these are the original potentiometers here. So let's take a look inside and see what we can find. Get these screws out to start. Has these interesting kind of, I'm not sure what this material is, if it's Bakelite, kind of a translucent brown plastic. So I'm just going to take a look at these codes. A little bit tricky with the strings on, but I can see this first pot quite clearly. I'll try and show this on the camera. Not sure if you can see this, but on here you can see can see the P90 pickup there with the tone pot code. The code that I'm reading here is an IRC pot. Code is 615-2632 250K B242. So that's that code. Here, the other one is a little trickier to read with the strings on. But I have a picture of the other code, and I'll read that out. So I believe that code for this pot means 1952. And the pot code for the volume is 1953. So probably the, early 1953 would be the best guess on when this particular BR-9 lap steel was made. One modification that has been done to this guitar is the jack plate. This is not a particularly nice jack plate that was replaced on here, but the jack plates on here are often taken off because they are the same jack plate found on 50s Les Pauls, which are, of course, worth lots of money. So that one part could be worth more than this lap steel. But everything else appears to be original pickup, original wiring. Let's plug it in and hear how it sounds. One thing that's kind of nice about this guitar is that it is super lightweight, really resonant, one piece of wood. But let's hear how it sounds. When I first got this guitar, it was owned by kind of a guitar player, so he had regular guitar strings on it. Regular electric guitar strings, and so I took those off because for a lap steel it's nice to have a heavier gauge, so I put on flat wounds in a heavier gauge. Feel really good. Really great string spacing on this guitar. The strings are quite a bit wider apart than my Gretsch, I don't know if you can see behind me, my Gretsch Electromatic lap steel, which has quite a narrow string spacing. This is just much more comfortable to play. And it was made for beginners, but it's just, you have 6 strings, there's no reason to put them super close together, especially when you're playing, when you have no need to get your hand around the neck, right? So it's nice to just have a nice wide string spacing. So that's a real dry sound there, but it has a real great kind of growly mid-range tone without a ton of high end, which can be a bit of a problem on On slide instruments in general, but especially lap steel, you have your slide kind of moving around on the neck, and you don't want that to be picking up extra noise. Here's with some reverb and delay. So yeah, great sounding lap steel. You can pick these things up if you find them for relatively cheap still, and I think it's a great lap steel. It's going to give you some great tones. The nice thing about lap steel in general is it's one of the simplest instruments. There's hardly anything that can go wrong. So having something from 1953, it's got a working pickup and a volume knob. That's the guitar. It's a piece of wood with a pickup on it. So really a great thing to have, a great vintage thing to have, because you can take it on the road, you can use it wherever you want, and it's going to be pretty reliable. Thanks for watching. My name's Zachary Smith. Please like and subscribe. I'm just going to play a little extra lap steel here. Have a good one.